Hello everyone, good morning. First of all, warm welcome to OIC training by UnoGeeks. In this video, we're going to explore mapper options available in OIC. Mapper is a quite critical component in OIC. Any integration you build, you will definitely have to do some transformation with the help of mapper. Okay, and in this video, we'll explore all the options that are available in OIC. Let's log into the OIC instance. And let's use the Hello World REST API that we have built in a previous session. So let me deactivate the API. Let's edit it. So all we are doing in this REST API is receiving name as an input, prefixing hello, and we are sending it back as a response. So it's a simple REST API which will take in name as an input. It prefixes hello here and it sends it back as a response. So with the help of this mapper, let's try to understand the options available there. Edit it. You've got quite a few options available in the transformation or a mapper component. By default, you will be in designer mode, which means you can map the components. You can map a source and target using the UI approach. So in this case, I'm receiving name as an input. And to that name, I'm prefixing hello. To that name, I'm prefixing hello with the help of concat function. And then I'm assigning that to the greeting element in the response. So whenever you have to map a source element to the target element, you can do it using the UI approach by just dragging and dropping components from source to target from the designer screen. And as you do this, as you build your mappings from the designer screen, you will notice that a code gets generated in the background. So if you go into the code tab, if you scroll down, you will notice that there is this mapper code generated. It's basically an XSL file. Okay, so, and if you look at the content of the XSL file, you could see that for greeting, a value of this concat function is being assigned. Okay, so yeah, typically when we build integrations in real time as well, we do the mappings using a designer mode. And as you do it, a code gets generated automatically in the background. And if you want to change something, or if you have XSL file ready, you can use that as well to do the mappings. Say, for example, if you want to change something directly in XSL, you can do that as well. Say, for example, I change this from hello to hey. And if I go back to designer, I click on the mapper, and you notice that the mapping has been changed now. So there are two ways to work with mapper components. So, or two ways to do the mappings rather. You can use UI approach from the designer, or you can use XSL approach from the code tab. It's completely up to you which one you prefer. And apart from these two options, you've got a test option available. So whenever you do the mappings, if you want to verify whether the mappings are fine or not, you don't need to activate the API, send in a request, and then verify whether the correct source attributes are getting assigned to the correct target attributes. You have a quick test option available here. So you can click on test. And the good thing is you also have an option to generate inputs automatically. So when you hit this button, generate inputs, depending on the source payload, depending on the source that you have, a sample payload gets generated automatically. So in this case, we are receiving name, right? A sample name gets generated here. So if I click on generate inputs, you notice that what happened? It looks like they've got some error. Yeah, not an error. You see the template parameter, a sample name has been generated, a sample payload has been generated. And if you want to execute this, if you want to run this payload or a request message through the mapper and see how and see what values are getting assigned to the target, click on execute, and you will notice that to the greeting element, So name1 is used as a name or template parameter. And what do you see getting assigned to the greeting attribute here? Hey, space, the name that you have passed in a request. So that means, yes, the mapping is working as expected. Believe me, this saves quite a bit of time, guys. This ability to auto-generate inputs and execute them straight from the mapper screen without having to activate the service. So this saves quite a bit of time. You can figure out most of the mapping issues directly here itself. Okay, let's go back to the designer page. So that's about test. And apart from this, I'll come to the recommendations button in a moment. But if you click on this toggle functions icon within the mapper, whenever you assign values to the targets, you can use any of the functions that are provided by Oracle out of the box. So you have many advanced functions, Boolean functions, conversion functions available. And in fact, if you look at this, we have used one of the seeded function called concat. And if you expand string, you will be able to find that function in here. So there are quite a few seeded functions available within OIC, and you can use them directly on the target elements. Okay, and apart from this, you also have operators. You can choose and use them. And if you need some XSLT functions, XSL transformation functions, you can click on XSLT, and only when you click on it, the XSLT option will appear. If you click on it again, it disappears. So only when XSLT function is enabled, option is enabled, you will see that XSLT showing up in the components, and you can control the flow with the help of XSLT functions. Say, for example, for an element, if you want to assign a value on the basis of conditions, say, for example, if you get, if you get a Boolean flag as an input, and if you get true, say, for example, you need to assign a value of y to a particular flag maybe. And if you get a value as false, you need to assign a value of n to the flag. In such case, what do? You can use if condition to conditionally assign values, or you can use a combination of choose when otherwise. Okay, so you've got quite a few options or functions available here. You can explore them. Click on XSLT again and go back. And if you click on developer mode, it will always take you into the developer mode. If you don't click on the developer mode, whenever you open up a new element, so if I take out the developer mode, if I click on the element, yes, since we enabled it, it is appearing in the expression mode. By default, it will be in a design mode, and you will have to click on the developer mode to open up the mappings. And instead of clicking on that developer mode on each and every target node, you can click on this developer option directly so that everything shows up in a developer mode. Okay, and if it is a long payload, long source payload, and a complicated response, complicated target mappings that you have done, and if you want to figure out whether you have done all the mappings correctly or not, you can apply the filter and verify it. If you click on filter on the source side, if you want to see only the map fields, and same on target, click on apply, and you will be able to see only the map fields. If there are 100 other fields which are not mapped, those will not appear here. Those gets filtered out. Okay, so this filter will help you to quickly validate if you have mapped all the fields or not. And this recommendations button, so what Oracle is trying to do is it is building a recommendations engine using artificial intelligence. And like you and me, there would be thousands or 10,000s of OIC developers, right, working on different integrations at any point in time. So the way recommendations engine work is, so when there is a source with map to a target, say for example Salesforce to ERP cloud, or say a file getting loaded into a database. Okay, so whenever a source is mapped into target, say for example Salesforce to ERP cloud, and if there are 100 developers, and if all of them have done the mapping from Salesforce to ERP cloud in a specific way, like attribute 1 to attribute 1, so if they have done the mappings from Salesforce to ERP cloud in a specific manner, or so if they have mapped attributes from source to the same attributes in the target, then that would be considered as a recommendation, and it will be stored in the recommendations engine. And when 101 developer comes around and tries to map Salesforce with ERP Cloud, you will see a pop-up here which says recommendations are available. And when you click on it, you will notice that the recommendations get populated automatically. So Salesforce to ERP Cloud mappings, which were done by those 100 developers prior to you, would be defaulted here and would be displayed on the screen. And you can pick and choose. You can verify whether all the mappings are right or not. You can verify all the mappings generated for those 100 target fields, and you can click on apply. So this is a quite handy feature, and it's to be frank, it's a work in progress, but it helps you quite a bit in most of the integrations. But once it matures, it will save quite a bit of time for all of us. Okay, and it's a two-way process. So when you try to activate an integration, you will also see an option whether you want to contribute your mappings to recommendations engine or not. So when you say yes, that means Oracle will try to pull some information from the mappers that you have built and use it as input to their recommendations engine. So you can contribute your mappings, integration mappings to the recommendations engine. There's no harm in doing it. And at the same time, you can also leverage the mappings that are available in the recommendations engine from the mapper elements. Okay. And that's all about the mapper options available in OIC, guys. Designer, yes, to do the mappings using UI approach, code gets generated in XSL format. You can directly edit XSL code as well in case you're familiar with it. You can also quickly generate inputs and test the mapper without activating the service itself. You can verify whether the mappings are fine or not. And you have a recommendations engine which you can leverage. Yeah, it saves quite a bit of time in case there are recommendations available. And you also have quite a few functions available out of the box which you can use. Like you have string functions, you have OIC functions, and you have quite a few of them. You can explore them. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. In case you are interested in Oracle Integration Cloud Training by UnoGeeks, please call us on this number or send a WhatsApp message, or you can send us an email at info@unogeeks.com. Or if you just want to check out the course content, feel free to visit our website. Thank you.